Hello everybody, Jhonny Da P8NTRMAN, and today we're again talking about cars. Okay, let me get quickly to the bottom of what our issue is. So I have a 2004 Ford Escape, and all of a sudden the engine light came on. So a lot of you don't have this. So you have to go to a mechanic and have them diagnose, what the problem is. For that, they charge you $80 to $90 an hour, or they may give you a flat fee of $120 just to diagnose what your issue is. Okay, well, I didn't do that. So I went online. I saw this on Instagram. It was an advertisement for what do you call it? It's a device that's used to diagnose and figure out what's wrong with your car, so that you don't have to rely and bring your vehicle and make an appointment to bring your vehicle to a dealer in order for them to diagnose the problem. In my case, I had a code violation. And but I have this device is called FIXD, Fixed. You can go to fixed.com if you want to purchase one of these. I happen to get it back in the day. I've had this for like maybe 3 years now. I purchased two for $50. That was that may not be the price right now, but this is what I got. It's Fixed. Okay, Fixed app. So what you do with this is that once you have an engine light on, you then plug this into the OBD2 port. The OBD2 port is something that's underneath your dash. It's a jack where mechanics can plug in the computer that's going to decipher what the code violation is, or what the reason is for that violation, and then they diagnose what the problem is and figure it out. Okay, I didn't have to bring it to no mechanic. I happen to have my own little fixed little device. The beautiful thing is, see, you plug it into that jack. You have to set up an email, okay, and then you turn on, you pair it up with your Wi-Fi on your phone, and that way you're communicating. It's similar to pairing it up to a speaker so you can hear music. Okay, so that's what I did. Then you put in the code in the back, all right, and then voila, it diagnoses the problem for you. All right, so much for this device. So the code was a 082 code, I believe, and it turns out that it was a faulty oxygen sensor. I'm like, oxygen sensor? What's that? Okay, I don't know much about cars, but I figure stuff out. You know what I mean? So sure enough, I found it. The device told me that it was bank number 1, sensor number 2. So you have to do your research, and this sensor is the sensor that measures the amount of oxygen and fuel going out to your catalytic converter. Based on that, the computer will adjust the car, the sensors, the fuel, whatever, the fuel injection, whatever, in order to minimize any type of emissions, in order to stay within the boundaries of the emissions of the car, which are factory preset right from when they make the car. Anyways, I'm going to show you what this looks like. So this device goes plugged in. It's a wire. This right here goes right inside one of the exhaust pipes, okay, and it's screwed on. And I would have never known this unless I researched it. I went on YouTube myself in order to sort of figure this out. So I purchased it. This cost me $63. It's made by Bosch. Okay, here's the replacement. It's made by Bosch. One thing to keep in mind, you're gonna need some. You're gonna need some stuff. Okay. So, see, this is how it comes, and it comes protected. It has a plastic little cap that protects that probe, that end, because you can't get grease on it. You cannot get fingerprints on it. You cannot get sand. You cannot get hair. You cannot get anything on it. Okay? Because it will disrupt the function of sensing oxygen for some odd reason. But you're not supposed to touch it. It's similar to headlights. When you replace halogen headlights, you can't put your fingers on it. You have to either use a napkin, a rag, or gloves. Okay? And make sure there's no grease or oil on those gloves. And then you replace your headlights. Otherwise, your headlights is going to blow up. You're paying $30 for a headlight. Next thing you know, you're touching the headlight and it fizzes out. Next thing you know, you're buying another one. The reason why is because you can't touch the headlight with your fingers. The oils in your fingers will prematurely burn it out. Okay? I think I said it backwards, but that's okay. You know me. All right? So this is the wiring, and this is what determines, and it communicates with the computer to let it know that not a lot of emissions, a lot of toxins and stuff that you want it to burn off. You know what I mean? So it will adjust how much fuel is going into the cylinders and all that stuff. Anyways, so in the future, so the treads, you want to put Antiseize grease on the treads. Okay. Here's a product made by Permatex, and it's Antiseize. Okay, let me show you what it comes with, like a little brush. See it? It comes with a brush, so you don't have to. You sort of clean the brush and just put enough on the treads. Okay. Another thing, you don't want to get anything on that end there. Okay. You want to just stay on the treads. So put some of this Antiseize stuff on the treads. On the other side, this is electrical, so you don't want water going in there, correct? Okay. You got to use rags, by the way. So what do? You use what they call dielectric bulb. You know the bulb grease? That grease, you can use that same grease in order to, you want to coat this end. You have 4 little prongs in there. You want some of this grease in there. Why? Because once you join it with the other end, this happens to be in the bottom of the car, okay? And it's behind the motor per se. And you don't want water or any type of, I don't know, contamination to get in here, because it will disrupt the flow and the communication with the computer, and then you're going to have another engine light, turning on. So on this end, you use this lube, and then you put some of this stuff on the other end where it's coming off the engine, okay, the wiring, and then you plug it in. You put some on the outside of this as well, okay. And what that does is once this is seated, it seals, okay, and water stays out. This will seal the water out, and also will prevent the little prongs, the 4 little prongs inside here, from corroding. All right, we're talking about cars. Can you imagine that, Jhonny the Painter Man? All right, that's not all. You have, hang on. In many cases. So what I had to do, I knew I didn't have the tool. It's a special tool in order to take this off, all right? And I bought a set of 5. It has 3 sort of these weird socket sets, okay? It has 3 of them, and then it also has a tread chaser just in case one of them comes out roughly and you mess up the thread. So this is like a tread chaser. It will re-tap okay, the tread, so that you can then install the replacement, okay? Also, when taking these off, they don't come off easy. This one came off real easy. I was surprised, you know? So, yeah. So what you do is you use a pry bar. Something you put in there and you can pry it open, all right? You cannot remove that part without this adapter, okay? You may not need to get the 5-piece like I did. I got it on eBay. You may not need to get the 5-piece. You can get it on Amazon also, okay? You can only get one if you want, but then you're gambling because you're not a mechanic. You're not sure which size is gonna fit. I wanted to make sure that I had the right size or had multiple options in case it was a different odd size that I didn't have. You know what I mean? Okay. So this is how this goes. This goes in through the wire. Okay, see how it has an opening? It goes through the wire and it seats onto this sensor and then you unscrew it. All right, but just remember, you need to remove this section here, which is very easy. You just press the tab and off it comes off, okay? Make sure you press it. You press the tab right here with your nail, boom, and it comes off, all right? Then you undo these two fasteners, which are fastened to stay away from the motor. Okay, that's the whole purpose why this is there. And then you start unscrewing. Once you undo this, then you start unscrewing, and then the wire's not gonna get all twisted into itself, okay? So anyways, so here we are, replacing a CO2 or oxygen sensor because of the fact that I had an engine light come on, and I had to figure it out. You don't want to be driving your vehicle for a long period of time with this malfunction. This will affect the timing of your vehicle and will cause other problems down the road. This is something you address immediately, okay? So we've been driving this vehicle for a couple days now, nothing longer than that. And when I put that device that sort of figures out what's wrong with the vehicle, I was able to shut off that engine light, but it came back on after using it again, okay? So it's telling me that this problem is persisting and this sensor is no longer sensing the oxygen and fuel mixture, okay? All right, so that is why I'm making this video, so that you guys can do it yourself, save yourself money, just like with painting. When I give you all of my advice of little tidbits of information and shortcuts of how to do painting, it's because I want people to be able to do it themselves, and you don't have to pay a professional. Or you are then empowered with information by having that. You can still bring it to a dealer. At the dealer, these people can turn around and say, oh yeah, you have a transmission, a bad transmission and a bad motor, and you have to get a short block and blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, a job that's costing you maybe $200 or $300 at the dealer is now becoming, purchasing half of an engine where you didn't need to do that. They did that because they wanted the business. And they wanted to soak your money. In many cases, you bring your car to a mechanic, he'll spray WD-40 somewhere, and then he'll say, oh, look, you got an oil leak. Ha, 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 ha. So what this does, it empowers you with information so you already know what the problem is, okay? And then you go there and you tell them, I think there's a sensor problem. Oh, how do you know that? Well, I have a friend who told me. Oh, well, we're going to have to, well, I already know what it is. Okay, and that will minimize the charge for analyzing your vehicle. You can say, I want that sensor, bank 1 and sensor number 2, I want that sensor replaced because that is the problem. You don't need to diagnose anything. I already know what the problem is. And you can go there and say that. Okay, they're going to try to, you know, the service manager is going to try to push you to do something so you pay more money and they make more money. No. Okay? So you no longer will be taken advantage of and will be told some odd thing that is not the problem. Okay? Get yourself some rags, alright? You're gonna get greasy. And wear bad clothing. You don't want to wear good clothing. Okay, my friends. That's it. Alright? I'm not gonna show you underneath the motor because you can go on YouTube and figure it out. Okay, I don't need to get underneath there and show you different angles of where things are because there's plenty of videos already made. But make sure, and if you want one of these fixed, fixd.com, and get yourself one of these. This is worth its weight in gold. I have evaluated so many issues in between my F350 and this vehicle right here. I have analyzed what problems I'm having, and I figure it out, and I buy the parts and I replace it myself, and I know exactly how to do it because someone else made a video to help me out. Now I'm making a video to help you out. Go. Okay? Permatex Antiseize, Permatex dielectric. It's like light bulb grease. And guess what? Don't get it on that end where it's going to go inside the exhaust system, because it will throw off the sensing of the oxygen in the gas or in your cylinder or whatever's coming off in the exhaust, whatever's coming out of the motor. And this is the down one, what they call the down. You can figure it out. There's an upper, I believe there's 4 sensors, 2 upper, 2 lower, 2 inflow, 2 outflow, and this one happens to be an outflow. This vehicle has a 3.0 liter, it's a V6, and the motor is sideways. It's 4-wheel drive, but the motor is sideways, okay? So you have a bank on the left and a bank on the right. This happens to be the bank on the right, closer to the firewall. That's sensor number 2 in bank number 1, closer to the firewall in this 2004 Escape XLT. Okay? God bless you. Thank you for viewing my videos. Subscribe. Put the bell. Click on the bell so you can get a video every time I make one. And leave me some feedback. You know, I will continue to do these videos so people are empowered with information. And if there's something else you want to know, then give me an idea and I'll make it. Okay? God bless you. Be safe. Be healthy. Love one another. Be kind to one another. And we'll go from there. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.